watching the storm system over the last couple of 3 days. It's now really starting to get its act together. Here's the latest that we have with our watches and warnings. First, everything that you see in the filled in orange, severe thunderstorm warnings out of Jackson, DeKalb counties for that cluster of thunderstorms. It would not surprise me if we had warnings issued for parts of Marion and maybe into Dade County. Tornado watch, this is all of North Georgia. That will extend until 11 o'clock local time. Severe thunderstorm watches continue into the north around the plateau and the Sequatchie Valley. Right now it looks like the worst of this weather is to our south and west. Notice we are putting in some of the storm tracks as we could have a little rotation, some hail into some of these thunderstorms as they're racing to the north and east ahead of the main line. Some of these thunderstorms that are ahead of the main line can kind of have a mind of their own. That's why they're going to be affecting parts of Marion, even into western Hamilton, maybe Walden's Ridge, Sequatchie County, and on over to North Georgia. Some of these heaviest thunderstorms really putting down some lightning strikes. This is just over the last 15 minutes, so thousands of lightning strikes with these clusters of thunderstorms. And notice this is the worst one now heading up on top of Lookout Mountain, perhaps right around Mentone and perhaps into the Cloudland area. That may be moving into the southern edge of Lookout Mountain, the Dade, and in the Walker counties. But putting into motion one more time, this whole complex is going to start to move on to the north and east. So within the next 1 to 3 hours, this is when the worst of the weather is going to break out. And that's why we have the tornado watches out for North Georgia and the warnings right now for Jackson and DeKalb County. And the thunderstorms continue to develop. In fact, we're starting to experience a thunderstorm here on South Broad Street, and they'll continue to increase in coverage. And some of the winds could gust as high as 50 to 60 miles an hour, especially along the line. And some of these individual thunderstorms have a slight possibility of spinning off a brief tornado. So, Amy, that's what we have right now, and it looks like we'll continue to see our weather starting to go downhill over the next 30 to 40 minutes.
Thanks, Patrick, and we'll keep you updated if any more watches and warnings are issued tonight. In other news, Chattanooga police declared Deborah Underhill's death a homicide. She was found in the Tennessee River 2 weeks ago. The medical examiner's report shows us how she spent her last days. WDEF News 12's Alicia Searle has the latest. It's our top local story.
This medical report shows how Deborah Underhill spent her last days, strangled and beaten in her face, chest, and abdomen. 2 weeks ago, she was found face down in the Tennessee River. Hours before that, she checked into this center for people with mental illnesses. However, we're told she checked out right away. Now, News 12 has just learned that this isn't the only tragic event that the Underhill family has been through. Neighbors tell us Deborah's husband, Michael, was murdered. Chattanooga police confirm Michael Underhill was shot to death in 1994. Now, Deborah used to live in Signal Mountain for several years. One neighbor was afraid to go on camera, but says Deborah's psychological issues led her to get a restraining order. She also says Deborah had a boyfriend at one time who was abusive. Now, Deborah's family did not want to talk to us about the situation, but say Deborah was a wonderful lady. And right now, they're just trying to get answers like everyone else. In Hamilton County, Alicia Searle, WDEF News 12.
Officials say